Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. Last time, we progressed through the new MSQ and cleared the dungeon, but did not explore the little post-dungeon area, so that's where we are going to be heading now to pick up with that. Alright, we are live. Now to remember where we have to go. I think I remember where to go now. Yeah. And then we need to go over and click the passage to Treno.
Oh yeah, when we're phased and okay, yeah.
Yep.
What the hell?
Talk to the person in living memory and then you go across the way.
Am I back here?
Where is back here?
Where we first started. And then... Oh, here we go.
I think you turned yourself
Passage
around.
2. Yeah. Well, I was facing her, or it, the robot.
And then we need to make our way to Lummel. That's been about the middle of the zone.
All right.
And let me know when you get there.
I'm there.
I'm there.
I don't see any of you.
We're
We're
instanced.
phased.
Oh, okay. We're talking to Lumu.
Yeah.
All right.
Why, if it isn't our new friends? Thanks again for making short work of our foes. If you've gone to the trouble of seeking me out, I can only assume it's for a good reason. You want to help me? Odd, but I'll consider it. Before anything else, though, I must insist you drink our signature remedy, Sleepless Rhapsody. Everyone's a fan. You may find it the teeniest touch too sour for your taste, but it'll settle you right. It'll settle you right. Just tip it down your throat.
We don't like doing things like this.
Indeed. As the quest item says, how bad could it be? I imagine very.
You guys are doing it's Sleepless Rhapsody.
Well,
Mm-hmm. I accidentally skipped what he says. I'm just going to say it is refreshing as I stare into it.
that means it's working.
I like the shower.
I'm put in mind of the gelatin I had at the studium. Nutritious, they assured me.
Well, what do you think?
I can relate all too well. It's not unlike the syrup Leader used to make. Black as pitch and sour as sin. Though, there's no better cure for fatigue.
You know, Raha, going to bed at a reasonable hour would be the best cure.
Do your best to keep it down.
Oh, that's...
I said it's delicious, and
I
he
do
says,
feel
"No need to
shockingly
pretend I'm not that
refreshed."
thin-skinned shallow. Just do your best to keep it down."
Perhaps it stimulates the body's ability to process ether and hastens regenerative functions.
Indeed, it does. It also counteracts some of the effects of excess lightning, and helps to calm the nerves besides.
Which is why you serve it whenever there's a breach in the barrier.
Our Malala ancestors came from the lushest of lands, so they developed all sorts of natural remedies. We strive to carry on their traditions. And I'm sure you see why. Really hits the spot, doesn't it? Now, welcome to Treno. Indeed, it does. It also counteracts some of the effects of excess lightning and helps to calm the nerves.
Are you out of the first cutscene yet, KJ?
Maybe. It's all dark right now. Okay, yeah.
I forgot to introduce myself, didn't I? Well, I'm Lummel. That was me announcing our victory earlier, and since Grandmother sent you to help me with repairs, you'll know I'm her grandson. I'm in charge of resolving any problems the people of Treno may have. My favorite kind of work include taste-testing menu items, carrying medium-sized objects, searching for lost possessions of immense value, and it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Carrying medium size. I like that's funny.
Indeed.
Okay.
Okay. Activating the next quest. yes, the repairs. Are you certain you want to be put to work? If you've come all the way out to visit us, you must have had more important things. And you've already helped protect the city. Actually, our goal was to ascertain the present state of the Mist Continent. The whole continent? Did you come from across the sea? Not exactly. We've actually come from Alexandria. Alexandria? Are you quite sure? No, sorry. Of course you're sure. Would be rude of me to doubt you. It's just it's not every day that we get visitors, let alone from a nation that up and vanished. I know that it must come as something of a shock, but this is our first time in Treno, and we should like to get to know the city and its people. That is why we propose lending a hand to those in need. I see. In that case, why don't you help distribute this remedy to the rest of the people? Ordinarily, everyone would have already come for a cup, but the fiends made quite a mess this time. Might be a while before some can step away from their work. Never fear, though. Even if their hands are busy, they'll be more than happy to spare a few words or from fascinating folks from afar. We would appreciate that. Thank you, Lummel. You're the ones doing me a favor, honestly. Here, take a badge. I'll deliver some to the town hall, so you can attend to areas you haven't seen.
Okay, what were we supposed to go do? Duties and something else?
Wait, we're supposed to go hand out the stuff, but
Okay.
I'm talking to Kryl now. If we split up, we can spend more time speaking with the locals while ensuring everyone receives the remedy promptly. Could you each take a portion? Rest assured that I can handle pouring liquid into a cup. I too should be glad to dole out a few servings. Wonderful. Let me divide this up. Why don't you make the rounds in the southern part of the city? Raha and I shall tend to the north. Right, let's go and acquire some insights. The Dauntless Laborer says, "You must be one of those visitors Lummel mentioned. Odd place to be visiting, though." Oh, you came to deliver the remedy. Thank you kindly. I was hauling beast carcasses in for processing and copped a good dose of discharged energy from my troubles. It brought on Levin's sickness, something fierce. Still, we don't go hunting outside the barrier, so why don't we... But we don't want to waste any blah. We don't go waste... I'm going to start this sentence over. Still, we don't go hunting outside the barrier, so we don't want to waste any part of the creatures that find their way in. Pelts that are highly charged with lightning ether are most valuable, of course. Tan them with the right stuff, and you can turn them into protective clothing that keeps you from getting zapped. The beasts you felled will all be put to good use. Thanks again. Speaking to the reflective fighter. You're the mighty monster slayer I saw earlier. It's an honor. And you've brought the Sleepless Rhapsody. Bless you. I'm dead on my feet after that battle. We don't usually have that many beasts breaking through at once. Practice keeps one's skills sharp, though, so in a way I'm glad for it, and I learned a thing or two from watching you. Oh, I can hardly wait to get to work on my grimoire. I have a number of ideas for improved geometries. The thoughtful application of new learning is what keeps our ancestors' magic alive and flourishing. And the diligent inspector. There's a fresh face if I ever saw one. What's that in your hand? Oh, don't mind if I do. Safety inspections take priority, but the battle doesn't feel over until I've had a cup of sleepless rhapsody. I'm proud to say that I have some small part in preparing it, too. The herbs come from my very own brewery. One of the greatest discoveries of our time is that seeds carried in by invading creatures can be cultivated into remarkable plants. Plants with the potential to mitigate the lightning's effects. And with as many hides as we have this time, not to mention stomachs, it's entirely possible we'll find new varieties of herbs among our harvest. And now we track down Kryle. Between the three of us, we ought to have covered every area aside from the Lummels. One of the people I spoke with asked me to pass something along to him, but he hasn't returned yet. In the meantime, shall we discuss what we learned?
Fascinating. I appreciate your thoroughness in recounting the details. I too learned much, as I helped to treat the injured's wounds. The Malala's curative magics appear identical to Spheen's. This means that either her tutor was a Malala as well, or that the art had spread all throughout the Ninth. Then there are the symbols and tomes, which are highly reminiscent of Arcanima. If these elements indeed originated with the arcane geometries of the South Sea Isles, as in the source, 'tis curious that they have developed in so similar a manner on this shard.
Mind you don't share that with any other graduates of the Faculty of the Arcane, lest they beat you to publication.
Did you learn aught of note, Raha?
I spoke with one of Treno's storekeepers about how they obtain their supplies. Though they are few and far between, other settlements yet exist on the Mist Continent, with a rail system facilitating the flow of goods between them. Unfortunately, barrier breaches trigger an emergency failsafe on the main line, so the train is presently stopped at a midway point until operations can resume. There are also maritime routes, but they see only occasional use. Often, as now, Treno must make do with what is to hand.
In addition to this constant state of scarcity, much of Treno's populace suffers from Levin sickness, not to mention the frequent attacks on the city and the resulting casualties. Yet everyone we've spoken with seems undaunted by these hardships. They are not only surviving, they are happy in spite of it all.
Where there is life, there is hope. And when one believes in a better future, a tomorrow even the slightest bit brighter than today, there is naught to be done but build it. Until, stone by stone, the city rises.
A noble city with noble purpose.
Is aught the matter, Lomel?
I think I've dropped something and now I can't find it anywhere. I'm doomed.
Oh, is it this by chance? While I was distributing the remedy, I was asked to pass it along to you.
Yes! That's it! Yes! I'm not doomed.
Is that a tracking device?
You've a keen eye for technology. This thing picks up on the ether of the creatures that get through the barrier.
That explains how you knew when they'd been vanquished.
Exactly. It shouldn't show anything now, but I can switch it on like so.
He is doomed.
No, 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 she's going to kill me! Say, how'd you like to meet my sister Ayane? She's an electro engineer, so she knows all sorts of interesting stuff.
I take it she also built that device.
Oh yes, that's my sister. She's a genius. Everyone says so. And she won't kill me in front of other people. Probably.
Probably.
I mean, wouldn't it be interesting to watch her work? Maybe you can even help. It'd be, you know, edifying? Please! I beg you! Please!
I suppose that's that then.
It has been a while since we had to deal with Lala shenanigans.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds like that guy's in a pickle.
Uh-huh. She probably won't kill him in front of visitors. Probably.
Probably.
At the moment, Iani should be waiting just past that park. Let's be off before anyone changes their mind.
Meaning us.
I mean, if she wants to kill you, I'd be happy to watch. Kryl says, Lummel is sweating rather profusely. Indeed, Graha. Graha says, whenever we meet an engineer for some distant land, I can't help but wish to introduce them to our friends at the ironworks. Such a firestorm of questions there would be.
Ah, our visitors. Thanks for lending a hand earlier, but what brings you here? Lummel, what did you do?
You know that, advanced monster tracking, what's it? It may be a teeny tiny bit,
You broke it again? How many times must I tell you that we're running low on electrope? I'm an engineer, not a bloody miracle worker!
I beg your forgiveness! I'm on my knees and everything, see? And since we have guests, can't you let it slide? Just this once?
He dragged you here just so I wouldn't tan his hide, didn't he? You'd never believe he's the elder sibling. I'm so sorry.
Please, don't be. We're glad for the opportunity to meet you. And Lummel mentioned that you might have some work we could assist with.
There are guests, Lummel, not servants. Must we have the manners talk again?
Please don't misunderstand. We asked to help, that we might learn what life is like in Treno. And with your expertise, we also hoped you could tell us more of how the city utilizes electrope.
If that's the way of it, then I'd be happy to share what I know.
When you spoke earlier, it sounded as if Treno had little electrope to spare. It's difficult to procure, I take it.
We never have as much as we need. And much of what we do have is repurposed. You'll find me digging through the scrap heap whenever some vital device or another breaks down. Repairing that old barrier should be our highest priority. But we just don't have enough electrope on hand to do a proper job.
And the longer we go without access to the mine, the worse it'll get. If only we could scare those beasts away.
I mean, that's the kind of thing that I kind of exist for.
Did we not pass through a mine on the way here?
You got rid of them. Just like that.
So, the mine is safe for mining again.
I mean, I would do a good sweep first, but...
Hooray!
Leave the mining to your big brother. All you have to do is fix the tracker.
Yes, very well. If you go, do be careful. And once you get the machinery up and running, make sure to send some electrope over to the barrier service station.
Though we've cleared the mine, there is no telling what else waits outside the barrier. Shall I accompany?
I'm so glad you asked. Seriously, I don't know what I'd do if I'd had to go alone.
As we did pass through but recently, I expect Raha can keep him safe without our help. In the meantime, shall we assist Ayane with her repair work?
I don't know if I agree with you on that one, Kryle. Alizé would have to do a lot more of slapping Alpha Node in the back of the head to balance that out. Kryle asks if they remind us of another set of siblings we know, and I say no. No, they do not. Alizé doesn't knock Alpha Node around nearly enough. I entirely forgot to ask your names. Do forgive me. I am Kryle. Accompanying Lummel is Grahatia, our own technology enthusiast. It's lovely to meet you. It feels strange putting you to work, but I'd be lying if I said I don't need the help. In the wake of an event like this, I presume a great deal of labor is required to restore everything to working order. The volume of fixes that need making is one matter, but I could handle it if it weren't for these legs of mine. The paralysis flares up at the worst of times, I swear. I could manage a bit of shuffling from one station to another on a good day, but I usually leave racing around the city to my brother. With him off at the mine, though, someone else needs to take care of the lightning sprites. They're drawn to a discharged ether of slain creatures. I'd offer you the detector to make tracking them down easier, but seeing as how Lummel has managed to break it again... I do have this, though. Toss some at a sprite, and you can suppress its ability to sense ether nearby. That usually gets them wandering out of the city, towards the more fertile ground. So we needn't fight them? We find it safer not to. When threatened, they'll siphon energy from facilities we need to keep our medical services running, or emit bursts to overload nearby systems. For the same reason, I recommend you stick to thoroughfares that will allow you to spot them well in advance. I would hate you to be injured while helping us. Understood. We'll want to split up again and cover more ground. Are you ready to go? Though you scan the area thoroughly, you see no lightning sprites. Though you scan the area thoroughly, you see no lightning sprites. Lightning sprites. The time to test your tossing arm has arrived. And you click to use the item, and then it gives you a little targeting circle to use. I have returned to Iani.
Same.
I'm back to you.
You're back. Where were there that many sprites? Just a handful on your route. Could be worse. Still, it's important to keep the city free of them. We're much obliged. Trial is taking a while. Being new to the city, if something were to happen, she wouldn't know where to go for help. Would you check on her? She started off in the direction of the town hall. Though there are several diminutive folk about, none appears to be Kryl. Perhaps one of them spotted her passing, though. Looking at my loss there, lad. What I can help with? Have you seen a woman in a yellow hood? I presume you mean Kryl. Had a good old chat with her earlier. Not to mention she saved my hide. Can't believe I missed that lightning sprite till it was right on top of me. It's thanks to her that I got out unscathed. Bit awkward striking up a conversation after that. And it had been a while since I talked to anyone. I haven't known my whole life. It's a kind lass, good at putting folks at ease. Like Miali. I quite enjoyed telling her about the city. We were done chatting, she went off towards the canal. Had a touch of melancholy about her, though. Wasn't sure why. Didn't think it was something I said, but I knew that if it was, saying more wouldn't help, so I let her go. I reckon she'd welcome the company of a good friend right now. Now, Kryl, before I click you, I have to say, when you're on a monster extermination mission, when you're done, you report back, then you go sit on a bench and mope.
Yeah.
Ah, were you looking for me? I only intended to sit down for a moment, but I must have lost track of time. Will you lend me your ear? The Source and the Ninth. Someday I will have to decide which one to call home. The thought has lingered like a storm cloud in my mind. I've tried to ignore it. Remind myself that we have more important matters to contend with. But I cannot keep drifting between these worlds forever. When I first learned the truth of my past, I assumed it would have no bearing on my future. The Source was my home, and the students of Baldessian my purpose. But after meeting my parents, it struck me that to simply choose the Source would be to abandon them. And not only them, but a home I could have loved, had my life gone as it should have. That is why I had to learn more of this place, and the me I could have been. I feel even less certain than before. Though we are strangers to them, these people have welcomed us as if we are their own. It's like speaking with old friends. And knowing now the challenges they face, what would it say about me if I just left them behind and returned to the Source? Is that who I am? Who I was meant to be? Or is this where I belong?
Thank you for listening. I'm a little less afraid to face the answer now, whatever it may be. And when I find it, I hope you'll be there. But we've kept you waiting long enough. Let's hurry back. I'm glad you're both back safe and sound. Now we can relax until my brother does the same. With your friend escorting him, he can't get himself into too much trouble. Unless he tumbles down the stairs into town again, isn't it?
That reminds me. The structures near the barrier all seem to be designed for Milala. Is there a reason that those in the center of the city are so much larger?
Oh, yes. The center is the oldest part of Treno, built by the Hewn and the Eldite before the Milala came.
So, Treno predates the Milala's arrival?
The mayor at the time was kind enough to take our ancestors in, and gave them leave to establish their own residential quarter.
Yet I have seen naught but Milala since we came to the city. Where did the other peoples go?
Alexandria. In the closing days of the Storm Surge, when death and destruction were everywhere, well, they believed it would be safer. Treno didn't have a barrier at first, you see. But one of our industrious brethren had served as tutor in the royal household, and returned to us with knowledge of the barrier's design. It's thanks to him that the city survives to this day.
Might I ask a more personal question? We previously uncovered some records pertaining to the Milala's past. In them, it was written that the Milala left their paradise of eternal summer when a great calamity froze their isles. Understandably, all were not content to leave their homeland behind. Some attempted to return using the same power that had brought them here, but they found the way closed to them. Never again has the golden path opened that allowed their ancestors to flee to safety. Tell me, were that golden path to open once more, and you were to find the Milala homeland restored to its former glory, would you go back?
I'd certainly like to see that paradise of eternal summer for myself. Who wouldn't? But it wouldn't be going back. After all, my one and only home is here. Treno, this run-down, beat-up, beautiful city.
You truly love it, don't you?
Do you know what the speaker said when the Milala came to this place? O life, flourish on this faraway shore. Unfurl your fragile petals with fearless joy. Let this sky grant shelter from darkest storm, and here bloom, hand in hand, forevermore. We never forgot those words. Not my ancestors, nor my grandmother, nor my brother and me. That boundless optimism, that communal spirit, that is Treno. No matter what comes or how hard it gets, we'll choose joy over fear and stand together. There's nowhere else I'd rather be.
Nowhere else you'd rather be. Perhaps it really is as simple as listening to your heart.
Earlier you said that your brother couldn't get into too much trouble if he was with Raha. But how much trouble is that precisely? One would think they ought to have returned by now. Conversely, I hadn't expected to see the two of you again so soon. I take it Miali's curiosity is sated? For the moment, I gave her a brief account of the situation in Alexandria, as well as events involving the key. She was most interested in the latter. In fact, it seemed she knew of the relic long before we did, and wishes to discuss it with everyone. Would you be able to join us? I should love to go straight away, but we're awaiting Raha's return. As we speak, Miali herself is making her rounds through the city. We have time.
We're back! The mine is in working order, I'm pleased to say. Electrope is being delivered for the barrier even as we speak.
Have you two finished regaling the mayor?
We have. Though she has her own story to tell. Of the key, in fact. We thought you might like to join us at the...
This is an evacuation alert. All citizens, please proceed to emergency shelter. Repeat, please proceed to emergency shelter. The Doom train is approaching. Repeat, please proceed to emergency shelters.
Well, that sounds, ominous.
The Doom train. Wasn't that one of Lindblom's weapons of war? You know of it. I've never seen it myself, but according to Zelenia, it was an armored vehicle used to transport war beasts to the front. In order to prevent them from running wild ere their deployment, a powerful arcane entity was housed in the engine.
The end of the war didn't slow it one bit. Quite the contrary. Fueled by lightning ether, it's been speeding across the continent ever since. The Doom train and its beasts bring death and destruction everywhere it goes. It's a veritable calamity on rails. It passed near Trenno some years ago, claiming many lives, including our parents. I must go and repair the barrier as swiftly as possible. Without it, we haven't got a chance.
You can't be serious! You'll never finish in time! And you'll be right in its...
I have to try. For Trenno.
Yane, no!
It seems my services are required once more.
I'll go with you. Perhaps my knowledge of Electrope will be of use.
I wish I were a fighter like you two. Keep her safe, will you?
While destroying the Doom train would be preferable, We should seek to delay its advance at the very least.
You can't be thinking of fighting it head on. That's madness. If your mind is made up, there may be a way. There's a freight depot not far from us. We can use the train that stopped there.
Raha mentioned that before, did he not?
The Doom train will have to pass through the depot to reach Treno. And since the evacuation alert was only just triggered, we might be able to reach it first.
So, we commandeer this freight train, match our speed to the enemy's, and use it as a platform from which we launch a sustained counteroffensive. Is that your proposal?
It'd be better than trying to smash the bloody thing before it runs us all over. And if it might save Ayane, I'll do whatever it takes. Let me drive the train. That will leave you free to concentrate on the fight.
Lumul.
I need to grab a few things. Meet me by the gate.
If anyone can stop a speeding weapon of war, it is you. But we must also recognize the threat posed by its company of beasts. If its influence is so powerful that even as it barrels ahead, enthralled creatures continue to follow it, then the train may well gather minions as it draws near. There is no telling how many will charge Treno's gate, so we should prepare for the worst. Perhaps Ishtola and I ought to remain on guard here. I'm inclined to agree. While you remove the head of this metal serpent, we will attend to the defense of the city. Among other things, we must we must do what we can to ensure the citizens get to shelter before the fighting begins. Godspeed. The cargo operator says, I really could have gone without a Doom train attack today. Well, they happen every couple of days. Right. The place we're headed is the Bentini Depot. Although Treno has its own railway station, our assailants from earlier left it in need of significant repairs. Thus, we'll be taking a hover cargo. My friend has volunteered for the mission, and yes, I did explain the danger. The cargo's equipped with a portable barrier, and frankly, I'm great at my job. I guarantee our safety during the ride. What happens once we get to Bentini, well, that's your problem. It certainly is. Let me know when you're ready to move out. Ready? Then our fearless operator will help you aboard. We'll make for Bentini with all haste. Alright.
I'm not sure why they have to have us separate. You know what I mean? It's just weird.
Yep. I mean, I kind of get that this isn't supposed to be like a hangout place. Like you're here for the quest and then you leave. But I mean, it it could be a group instance.
Yeah, yeah.
Although I am happy they answered a question I was asking myself while I was sitting on the bench with Kryle. Why are the benches big people sized?
Yeah.
Isn't it because the people before were big people?
Right. But at the time, we didn't know that yet.
Ah. Okay, so I talked to Lumi, and now I'm going to the cargo operator.
Yep, we're going to talk to the cargo operator.
Okay.
I'll have us there in a flash. Do keep any limbs you're attached to and would like to remain attached to inside the vehicle.
This is it. You'll be riding that flat car at the rear of the train. I'll be all the way at the front, pushing her as fast as she can go. The Doom train moves at breakneck speed. If we're too slow, it will plow right through us. Speaking of which, we'd best get underway before it does just that. Don't forget you're fighting for Ayane. For all of Treno.
Oh, and during the cutscene a couple times ago, when it was asked, like, are you sure you can do this or something? My response was, well, now I have to do it.
Yeah.
That's the same one I did. So just go to the entrance.
What is everybody's average item level?
739.
729.
741.
We all need some gear.
Is this the raid?
The trial, yeah.
The trial, okay.
So give me just a moment here. I will wind down the stream, and then we will look at what we can do to get some gear. All right, guys. We are going to call it here for this week. But chances are we will be back next week to take care of this. It shouldn't take us as long to get geared up as it did last patch. So, but until then, I want to thank y'all for joining us. Hope y'all enjoyed it. See y'all next time. Have a good night.